The fourth issue of Absolute Flash begins deep inside Wally West's mind. He tries to apply a technique his mother once taught him. Think of 5 things he can see, 5 things he can touch, and 5 things he can hear. An old method to calm the mind. He tried to do that, but ended up seeing his mother's gravestone, the rain hitting it. His dad in a military uniform trying not to cry and stay strong because he believes Wally needs to see him that way. The priest reading words of comfort, and the hole in the ground where his mother was buried. All of it brought him intense pain, but at least it pulled him back to the present, where he found himself standing before an empty grave. But instead of his mother's body, he saw Barry Allen in spectral form begging for help. The image was terrifying, until Wally finally woke up in the park next to Grodd. It had all just been a bad dream, even though it felt incredibly real to him. With the help of the telepathic ape, Wally managed to stabilize his thoughts. They were both in Central City, specifically in the Iron Heights district, which in the main DC reality serves as a penitentiary. Hungry, Wally walked through the streets, hiding Grodd in his backpack. The ape didn't enjoy hiding, but understood it was necessary to stay under the radar. While looking for food, Wally came across a line for free meal distribution. As he joined the line, a man asked him his age, which made the boy uncomfortable. His name was Ralph Dibney, who in our timeline is known as the Elongated Man. Ralph asked about his age, suggesting he go to a shelter specifically for homeless teens. Wally grew suspicious and even told Ralph he looked like a serial killer, but a beautiful girl named Linda told Wally the shelter was real, as long as he could handle Ralph's corny uncle jokes. They left him a card with the shelter's address, making Wally hesitate and consider the offer. Meanwhile, out in the desert, the Rogues Gallery was with scientists studying a strange vortex of energy. The signature matched Wally's, which meant it was something he accidentally created while escaping. Jesse, the trickster, suspected it might be a portal, saying he could almost see the other side. Driven by curiosity, he touched the energy despite his teammates' protests. And the result was that the vortex just exploded and vanished. Colonel West, who was present at the scene, was furious that the team failed to capture a simple 15-year-old, not to mention that they also lost the ape. More determined than ever, he demanded the villains find a way to bring Wally back alive as soon as possible. As for himself, he would head to Fort Fox, determined to investigate what Barry Allen was really doing in his lab and to find out what happened to his son. Back in Central City, we find out that Wally accepted the invitation and went to the shelter run by Ralph and Sue Dibney. During lunch, he shared his food with Grodd, who was quietly hiding in his backpack. That's when Linda joined him and they started a conversation. When she heard his name was Wallace, she joked that she always thought Linda was a bad name. She also noticed Wally hadn't been in Iron Heights for long because he still seemed to have a lot of hope. That's when Wally told her he was the son of a soldier and was running from something, to which Linda replied that everyone there was running from something too, but reassured him that he could trust the Dibneys. When Wally asked what she was running from, she didn't answer. She just stayed quiet for a few seconds, and then gave him the rest of her food because she saw how quickly he devoured his own meal. Wally thanked the girl, who said goodbye with a smile and called him by his name, Wallace. A little later, Ralph brought Wally some hygiene supplies and explained the shelter rules. No drugs, no fighting, and everyone had to help a bit with cleaning and cooking. Wally promised to follow the rules and called him Sir, to which Ralph gave him a friendly pat on the back and told him to just call him by his name. When he was finally alone, Wally tried talking to Grodd, thinking maybe they could stay there for a day or two. Maybe they were actually safe in that place. But strangely, Grodd didn't respond. When Wally opened the backpack, he realized only the flash suit was inside. Yes, the monkey had escaped through the window, much to Wally's horror. Meanwhile, in the lab where Barry Allen used to work before the explosion, Colonel West had started an investigation. He was greeted by Dr. Eleanor Thawne, head of the research facility and Barry's boss. She explained that Barry had been working with the Lazarus Corporation on weapons experiments. It's worth noting the Lazarus Corporation is run by Ra's al Ghul, the main antagonist in the Absolute Superman series. When Colonel West demanded more details about where the technology and weapons were coming from, Eleanor pointed out that his job was to oversee the facility's security, not its research content. Still, she admitted that Barry had been truly brilliant and had made an extraordinary discovery, and Wally was the proof of that. The doctor stated that Wally's transformation was something even their weapons couldn't contain. The colonel disagreed, reminding her that Wally was just a kid, not some test subject. But Eleanor corrected him. Wally was a 15-year-old boy. Now he was something beyond that, something miraculous. Barry might have died, but his legacy could live on in what Wally had become. She also revealed that they knew where Wally was, thanks to ongoing tracking through Grodd. However, that wasn't their top priority. The explosion that gave Wally his super speed and killed Barry had also released other test subjects. 3 of them had clear code names: Project Nuclear, Project Mage, and Project Heatwave. Elsewhere in the city, Wally found Grodd again, who led him into the sewers. Throughout the issue, the ape had been complaining about the heat, and now he said they needed to stop the heat. At first, Wally thought Grodd meant the temperature, since it really did feel like a sauna down in the sewers. But he quickly realized that wasn't it. The heat was literal, a creature made entirely of lava. One of the escaped test subjects we had seen earlier. This was Heatwave himself.